Welcome to 1407 Gray Malkin Lane. This is the living memory of the X-Men. You can't break into my house anymore. Just make an appointment. All right. Today, welcome to the AKPC. I got the nerd herder. I got MJ, got Sterling Silver, you got me 1407. We are going to talk about X-Men this week. We had 5 books, which is crazy.
Yes.
I love it.
6 with X-Men last week too.
Yeah, 6. Oh yeah, 6 books. Marvel is really messing up. They need to really go into the digital format. Just
7 if you read Excellence. I don't know if anyone's reading Excellence.
Yeah, that's kind of it. That's about the let's say Exticle. That's not right. That was from the Frisky Dingo. I'm trying to think that that's for what is that team called? I'm blanking on it now because you mentioned it. What is that team called for Excellent?
Ecstatics.
Ecstatic. There we go. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, I don't acknowledge them. They're like that. They're like that redhead step kid that you don't like because, like, I don't.
You mean Hope Summers? No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, that too. But we'll get into that later.
I'm kidding.
How you guys doing the last couple of weeks? The world is crazy.
Yeah, it's been there's a lot of things happening, particularly in the area of law, which I'm like sweating over it. But I'm sweating over it, but I'm also very fascinated because I'm a law nerd. But crazy things happening there. Crazy things happening in the books somewhat. I finally got to see. I saw Doctor Strange last week. Honestly, I genuinely think I would have liked it better if people had spoiled it. Not you all. I'm telling it, just people in general. Geez, but besides that, it's been going very well.
MJ, what do you think? How you feeling?
Yeah, no, great. My work, I don't have to wear masks no more, so it's nice.
Yay!
Books are good. Doctor Strange, every single thing has been spoiled to me, so at this point, I might as well just go see the film.
I will say one of those was my bad. I generally thought he saw it, and I messed up. I spoiled one thing, and I did not do so.
I totally forgot in whatever you spoiled. It's the main big ones that have been spoiled for me now.
Right.
Yeah.
I have not seen the movie yet because I'm waiting till June 11th when it comes up on Disney Plus. Save me a few bucks.
I agree.
But the internet. Anytime a movie, this is good though. So when Thor comes out, we can just go. You know what? I'm not going on the internet right now. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I love going on YouTube and scrolling, but
no, you don't. See, when you see it, you gotta go, la 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 la. I can't see you. I'm not looking at you.
Well, he's a reader, so it's difficult. It's gonna be difficult for him because he reads fast. Like
you speed reader. You're
the moment I see the name Thor, it's gonna be like
Right.
All right, so we have New Mutants, Wolverine, X-Force,
yes,
Immortal X-Men, X-Men Red, and we can talk about X-Men. Which one?
It's X-Men number 10, right?
11.
11. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Which one you guys want to go with first? Because I got thoughts about all of them.
Let's see, you can. I don't know. Let's start with New Mutants. Let's just start with that.
I hated that.
Let's just start with that, so we can just kind of maybe go into like what we kind of.
Yeah, let's get through our vegetables first before we get to the cake.
Besides the weird fairy tale aspect of New Mutants that was being told alongside it, that was getting kind of annoying. It was kind of cute in the beginning, got a little annoying towards the end.
Yeah, gotta that theme.
I didn't like the fact that it was basically a transference agreement. That's all it was, right? It's like, okay, you're going to sign here, and all this is going to be yours. Like, I don't care. And plus Madeline Pryor, she's getting rewarded after trying to burn down Krakoa. Like, is Krakoa really just that backwards? Like, if you do well, you don't get anything, but if you fail, you fail upwards.
Well, I just think it's interesting because like the New Mutants has kind of been this book kind of like about therapy and somewhat about redemption. But even though the redemption kind of part that was also in the Hellions, they kind of dropped that. I mean, what was gone now, but they kind of were talking about like redemption and if you can be redeemed, can you become better? Like that was all supposed to be like a therapy session, but it was more active. So it's just kind of we got at least 2 books with 2 different concepts. You can wholeheartedly have books with 2 different concepts. I mean, sorry, you can wholeheartedly have 2 books with the same concept and like execute them differently. And that's what was kind of happening, but it was kind of like, what's the purpose of doing this in the grand scheme of Krakoa? I'm really trying to understand, and I just really couldn't.
Well, it's expanding the greater Krakoa, like kind of like Excalibur expanded into Otherworld. We're kind of like, I feel like Limbo is kind of fully joining Krakoa as like a client state as by this. I like that there was contracts. Limbo is all based off magic. It kind of makes sense that contracts are kind of what binds it. Yeah.
I'm just surprised they didn't have like Doctor Strange. Clea Strange. Sorry.
Yeah.
They didn't have Clea because this is totally within her wheelhouse. Like she could have been their notary.
One thing about Madeline, like, I agree. I wish we got more reason why she's giving this position, but Elena Magic, she says it. She lays it out very simple. It's as simple as, do you trust her? Do you trust Magic? Do you believe her capable of deciding who her successor is? If Magic is not capable of deciding who her successor is she even capable of being queen? But regardless of that, do you trust her to make that decision? So I believe Madeline will have redemption and will prove herself to be a fairly decent queen of Limbo. But we didn't see why Magic believes that. We don't know why. Right. Did she talk to Destiny? Did she?
Well, it seems like, I will say it definitely seems, because like, it's been a while now. I forgot. Was that? It was some kind of event comic, something to that effect. It might have been actually, no, I think it might have actually been the Trial of Magneto afterwards. And I think it did show a panel of like Magic talking to the Goblin Queen, Madeline Pryor. So I think that's kind of, maybe we'll see more about that conversation later on, but it at least said that. The only thing I know is because like sometimes the events give up, sometimes the events take up away. There's going to be an event where Magic, at least the way it's presented, so like, because like covers lie and like concepts lie, like it seems that there's going to be a little bout between Magic and Madeline Pryor. I forgot what it's called. It might have been, no, it wasn't Inferno. It was something like that. It's going to be something, and I know that's coming out not soon, but it's like that will be an event for X-Men. X-Men's going to have about like 6 events, but I know that's one of them.
Like I was just okay. Sorry.
Really real quick, I thought the same, but the contract was signed, so I don't know.
I'm just like, okay, they had the hooded figure. We all know it's Belasco, or it's going to be like the Dark Child of Ileana. And like in the book, Ileana's talking about like, oh, this place ruined my life. But anytime you come into a situation, you talk about, oh, I'm ruler of Limbo. Like,
yeah,
you don't like what it did to you, but you like the benefits. And like this book is called New Mutants. Shouldn't we, see the other New Mutants like Warlock, Magma, like I don't know, like just.
I mean, I'm sure they'll come in. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I'm like, I get what you mean. I'm sure they're coming in. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's almost, in a lot of ways, it could just be like a retread of Demon Bear, honestly. Except now it's Elena as opposed to Moonstar. But we'll see.
Yeah, like
this is Magic is getting something completely new now. Like she's now no longer Queen of Limbo. Her soul sword just shattered, so she's starting fresh completely now. And I kind of like that. I'm kind of excited where they go with her.
Yeah.
Do they go on a completely new route with her? Does she get a new sword? Does she become some angel form? Or I don't know. Like what are they going to do with her now? That's what I'm excited for.
So she's gonna be still chaotic, like ruining people's weddings. I'm still pissed off that she did that to her brother.
I think even Bill, I forgot who he interviewed for that, but it was one of the might have been Kelly. I forgot who it was, but whoever, like, she talked about like how they knew like the wedding wasn't going to go through, but they loved the idea of like her using her powers to like not get the ring. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. It's like still horrible, still hate that it happened, but I was like, okay, like it's nice to see like the background and backstory. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Like they've done some under Hickman. They had some interesting ideas of magic, particularly when she was like she was kind of more comedic, which legitimately back in the day she was like that. She wasn't all dark and gothy and edgelordy. She actually had like a nice sense of humor. Like I was liking that in New Mutants under Hickman when he had to like say like, do you want to make out with me? Do you want to make out with me? Do you want to make out with me? And it's like it's fuck or fight, like I like that stuff. But if we're gonna kind of go back into this kind of like this therapy session, which once again, it's kind of what New Mutants kind of do. Let's do that, but I don't know. I don't want to say do it better, but let's have like a nice kind of through line all the way through. But like MJ said, if we're kind of going fresh and new, that's fine. Like I am perfectly fine with magic kind of, stop being like the edgelord, which edgelords are fine, but you got to do it right. And I don't necessarily think they're doing it right for like they have been doing it right with her for a while.
I'm worried that we're just being like, I'm being too optimistic because it could easily be in next issue she reforges her soul sword, becomes Queen of India, and defeats Blasco, makes his soul into a sword.
Yeah, I know, right? That'd be interesting. Maybe she can just pick a soul sword from out of anyone.
Right. I mean, like she did put the soul sword in Kitty after she died in.
Right, and at one point she had two soul swords, like under Bendis. Like, how's it going, Corey?
Hey, Corey, you got the 4 horsemen.
Yes,
we are talking. Didn't she turn Danny's soul into a sword or something? Doesn't someone else have a soul sword because of her, Kitty or someone?
Yeah, Kitty did back the Soul Sword trilogy back in Excalibur back in the mid 90s. Apparently, Ileana, when she was a kid, transferred it to Kitty, not knowing what was going on, and then like they pulled it out of her, and it was given to Nightcrawler's adopted sister, who gave it to their mom, who's actually trying. It was a whole thing.
Thank you for reminding me about that, because that's something we actually like, or like that's something we talked about, like not here, just like kind of around like in Dead Escort. That's something we actually should mention, is that Ileana is actually she's literally and emotionally arrested development, because her mind is actually not as old as her body. So they never have really addressed that, honestly. Maybe this is going to be one of those times. Like I don't even think they addressed it in here. And it'd be kind of interesting to see like why she kind of had like I said, it'd be kind of interesting if like they do the through line to her, like why she might see stuff kind of as like a fairy tale, or a dark fairy tale, because she's still like a little girl in her head. Granted, she's seen a lot of stuff, but it's still like her body is way older than her mind is.
And I thought it was the opposite. I thought her mind was older than her body. I thought she was like 30 years old when she returned, and then when she returned, she went back into like a 9-year-old girl's body. So she's like an old woman.
Corey, we're talking about New Mutants.
Yeah, we're talking about New Mutants. Maybe I got that wrong.
I'm aware.
I do know that
down this week.
I think you're right. I think maybe I mix that up, because I do know that she was in limbo for like a second or something, and then Kitty brought her out, and then she grew up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because it was essentially the magic equivalent of a Ariel Castro like situation. If you get
one time chamber, but in reverse.
I like that poster in your background, Corey. That's pretty dope.
Huh?
I like it.
Yeah. I could move my trades to this bookshelf for future efforts, but YouTube will be looking at my church books until further notice.
It's okay. Don't worry. No. But yeah, I wasn't feeling this book. Vida, like there's no, like, it was advertised like it's going to be this like confrontation between Madeline and Ileana, but it's not. It's really civil, and Danny and Rain are there for no reason, really. It's just,
but those are teammates. Like we'll see what happens eventually. Maybe they're going to form some kind of thing.
He has other teammates though.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know me. I barely even want to read this book because Sunspot's not in it. Sunspot nor Cannonball right now.
What I'm excited for is that I think one of them is going to die, and I think when they get resurrected, they're going to be kind of cool. Like that's one of the things we were all excited for. X of Swords was will Storm die? She's kissing death in a cover. Does that mean Storm dies in Otherworld and comes back unique? Like how cool would that have been? So like I think that's gonna happen to Danny. I call Danny. I think Danny's gonna die and she's gonna be resurrected as like a Valkyrie Danny with wings or some shit. I don't know.
I like that idea.
She was deputized as a Valkyrie for a little bit during the War of Realms Mach 2 a la Jason Aaron.
I think they're gonna capitalize on that as like a new secondary mutation of like wings and shit.
Anything else we want to like the art is fine. I like
Rod Rice's style fits what Ayala's attempting to tell. I was just pretty much like with Rain and Danny, I'm like, okay, a lot of how you're trying to talk Ileana down is all the stuff you were telling Shadow King. We need to get beyond that mindset of thinking this is a new mutant nation state. We're all being mixed together. We have to revise every category of labeling that we have with each other.
But they pick and choose. It just like, okay, moving on. X-Force.
Let's hear it.
This was a horror movie. They're setting up. We're in the first 20 minutes of a horror movie, and I'm kind of for it.
What kind of horror movie is it? Like, is it more like Sam Raimi, or is it more like James Wan? Like, what kind of horror movie are we talking?
Yeah, good question.
We're talking like Blumhouse. Like, what are we doing? Like,
right. It's.
Marvel would never do cheap Blumhouse stuff. Even Mickey Mouse would say, "That's cheap. I'm not doing that."
But it'll make them like $100 million, and like, we'll see where it goes.
Right. So what kind of
it's kind of like it's a mix of things. It's like part alien, part like renegade robot.
Well, yeah, because this
like Terminators.
This model of Cerebro now wants to eat people's heads.
Just they're scalping them.
Well, yeah. So I'm like, okay. I'm just like literally I'm like watching the play go on, and I'm like, all right, Sage is admitting oh dear, you hold on. Did you just admit you're a drunk?
No, she admitted she's an alcoholic. No, okay.
I'm like, all right, note taken. And Mr. McCoy, why the hell are you still here?
Oh, that's true. What I really liked is Kid Omega. He really shined in this issue for me.
Oh yeah.
He's showing that he's trying different stuff.
Percy's giving his contributions of making Grant Morrison's cocky little mutant shit actually grow up a little bit.
No, because he's taking husk of previous mutants and putting and controlling them and just like just trying them out like battle wise. Right. I thought that was really cool.
It kind of reminds me. It's kind of like, and we have another book that just flat out said it's starting to remind me again about the Chimera. It's like that Chimera concept. It keeps coming back, but then goes away, but it comes back again. So
I don't like being teased. It's getting annoying, actually.
We did get a really good, a nice little cameo from Silver Samurai. He would make an excellent addition to X-Force. Bring him in. Like, just bring him in. Like,
would that version of the character have like a really good like coach mindset?
Yeah.
To, like, help you with something.
Well, I thought it was because he's basically like, I don't know. I would like if for all my G.I. Joe fans, there should always be more G.I. Joe fans. He kind of reminds me of like Beachhead.
Right.
Like I haven't seen him since the Crucible, really. So like
we really haven't.
Right. So I wouldn't mind if that's kind of the role that he takes. also just once again, like that's a nice character to like just bring on because like once again, like at the very beginning of most of these books, we had this kind of idea of like this rotating roster of people, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed that a lot. And now it's kind of getting stagnant. It's like, no, these are the people that we're gonna have. Like for the most part. But yes, Silver Samurai is interesting because he has a son that's a human. So I'm like that's a dynamic right there. Who's also called Silver Samurai. But so that's at least something that'd be interesting.
Silver Samurai Jr.
Silver Samurai Jr. Platinum Samurai. But anyway.
I like what the Silver Samurai is currently. I like him as he replaced Apocalypse as like the champion of Krakoa for the Crucible. Anytime you want to go through the Crucible, you fight whoever you want, and if you don't fight whoever you want, the default is Silver Samurai.
But he whooped Kid Omega's. Okay, Kid Omega, he took the form of Juggernaut. Fine. It went up against Silver Samurai, and Samurai kicked his ass. It was so like, and the entire time he's saying like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here right now. And Kid Omega's like, you're gonna do it anyway. But it was fun.
What was the fight over though? What was it over for?
Like, it was just training.
Training.
He was just trying it out.
It was inside the Crucible though, so surely there was purpose.
Well, I think the Crucible isn't just for. I see what you mean, but I don't think the Crucible is just for. Actually, no. Yeah, I have to say that because the Crucible isn't just for like resurrection. Because remember back, I know it's been a while. But remember back when Kid Cable was fighting Wolverine?
Yeah,
that wasn't for resurrection. That was just for combat practice.
Oh yeah, and then we had that white page where it's like everyone was just fighting random people.
Yeah,
like,
everyone. The only person that got kicked out was Magic because we don't. And to this day, we don't. I don't. Hopefully, they see that would be nice to bring back. But she did something to where she got disqualified. I don't know what you could do to get yourself disqualified when death is really not even a factor. I don't know what she did, but I would like to.
Embarrassment. Probably embarrass somebody. Like, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Or she knows magic. Maybe she used magic to cheat.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Thank you for mentioning that because magic will come into play a little bit later on in this little podcast of ours.
Yeah, and she did something magical that either made Apocalypse displeased or it made Krakoa itself displeased. Like sentient, higher godlike version of Groot did not like that. You have to be disqualified.
Right.
But also, Kid Omega, okay, first of all, Wolverine should not give anybody any kind of pep talk because it comes off really mean. Just, I quote, he says, what does he say? He said, safety is an illusion, kid. Life will kill you. X-Force is here to slow down the killing. That's all we can do. Like,
that's not untrue.
No, it's true, but like he just says stuff like, why? And Domino says, you know what? You should really write greeting cards. Like
why did he still Pinnacle again? He was hopeful when in the post House of X. He was hopeful. So
and then
going back to Pinnacle again.
And then lies and deaths of Wolverine happens, and he's like, nope, the world shit like that.
No, like he's like Wolverine at this point is the kind of guy who at a birthday party for a 4-year-old to be like, you're gonna die one day. What the heck?
Right.
I have cancer. But yeah, and also Kid Omega, he finds out what's going on. He goes and tells his ex, which are the Cocoons.
Who's a member of a hive mind.
Yeah.
And they accuse him of stalking. Like, you know what? I hope you get eaten. No. I'm not.
He did stalk them.
But like he was.
How do you know they're at this random beach unless you've been keeping track with your powers?
But he's a telepath. He can find it. He can find it.
Well, to be fair, that doesn't mean you're not a stalker. That just means that you have a power that allows you to stalk. So that's a bit.
And it's really with them. Is really with them. They're stalkers too. Like I mean, like they're telepaths. They're
Krakoa very much has an Krakoa has an open policy for telepaths, so it's not necessarily stalking, I guess, because you for some reason you're allowed to just enter people's minds. That's not against the law.
Well, that's
You're
Emma.
thinking that a telepathic society, it should be against the law.
Yeah, the
It's kind
cuckoos are
of
just
like Iraqi. It's kind of a bit of an Iraqi culture there, where it's like if you're not powerful enough to keep me out of your mind, I should be allowed in your mind.
right.
Well, they don't really use that for Colossus because as we see in the data page, he's trying to fight against his conditioning. It was basically saying that he's so strong, he's so tough, but he's actually really gentle. And they say like every morning he goes to the beach, puts his hands in the sand, and he writes, "Help me." Or like why aren't his friends
Yeah,
checking up
Dan
on
was
him?
the storyteller. Is that the storyteller or is that him though?
We don't
The
know.
storyteller might be asking Krakoa for help too.
The storyteller might be asking for help. Help! They're not paying me enough.
Percy is crazy.
The Russian guy, the Russian storyteller.
Oh,
yeah,
the
yeah,
chronicle,
yeah, I know, yeah.
the chronicle.
Yeah, the chronicler. Help!
Story.
Like
They should be
no,
storyteller.
I wrote Russia invaded Ukraine as a joke, but I couldn't undo it.
Oh,
yeah,
but-
you know that the next little story thing to like open the little advent drawer is the other Rasputin brother is gonna activate Piotr or do. We're gonna get the full answer of why Kitty's ex came back a little shaken.
Oh, also, Omega Red. Like Corey, you got on this, but say okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's just set it up. Omega Red is in his cave eating his breakfast, which is like something that he hunted. Okay. He didn't kill anybody. He's fine. Sage comes in and then basically turns it into a therapy session. Oh, I drink to keep everything down. I beat up Gorgeous George. I slept with. Never mind. I'm like, and he's like, why are you telling me this? I didn't ask. Why are you here? Why are you at my house? It's like, are you drunk right now?
Maybe.
It was great. And also we find out this Cerebro thing has killed a bunch of really powerful mutants like Havoc, Polaris, Magneto, I guess. Like it gains power by eating powerful mutants.
Right.
Also Forge. So like what's the end game?
It kind of reminds me of Sylar from Heroes, honestly.
Yes, that's what it was. Sylar. It's a robot version of Sylar.
Right.
I wonder if we're getting like a new character, like because I feel like we kind of have like a chimera situation going on where the thing is gonna like grow a new body with like powers from everyone it's killed.
Man, now that would have been a great way to introduce Children of the Atom, because what if those prototypes came out from that and they were called Children of the Atom, not that other book that was coincidentally also written by Vita Ayala that didn't do well. But
there's a bunch. Yeah, Marvel, they fail upwards.
yes,
like
they do.
Leah Williams has a book coming out. Vita is still on a book. And also, can we just acknowledge that X-Force is one of the 2 books that's still around from the dawn of X?
Well, that no, X-Men didn't exist at that point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Them and New Mutants. It's just like,
and it still hasn't finished a single story.
that's how they do it. They don't finish stories.
We do perpetual storytelling. Like everything's a teaser for like the next thing.
but that it never comes.
It never comes. It never comes. It teases something that never comes. Then we tease something else. It's how you.
I feel
My personal theory is that Xavier is that Colossus' brother works for Xavier. That's my theory.
Which? Oh yeah, there's only one.
Yeah,
You're
I
talking
think
about
I
Miguel.
think this is because we need Xavier to have achieved something pretty epic post House of X. He didn't do Mars. He didn't do X of Swords. So he hasn't really done anything post House of X. So what has he been up
Post
to?
House of X. Okay.
I think he has achieved he's trying to achieve a mutant democracy takeover of Russia type thing going on there. Like,
yeah, we still don't even know why Colossus was there. I mean, yeah, they say he was kids, but like he could have brought a team. I don't know, like that's weird to me. And yeah, it's just all right, my thing with Ben Percy right now, he needs an editor to tell him like calm down. He needs a Jim Shooter. He needs a
Good
Jim
luck with
Shooter.
that. Marvel's never gonna have anybody with the Jim Shooter temperament back. That's a pipe dream. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, but like somebody like if Jordan White wasn't the editor, I'm pretty sure Inferno would have been a bit more
Inferno Mach 2.
Oh God. And that in Lives and Deaths of Wolverine, because I'm still pissed off that people are calling that a classic. Like, it's not a classic. Like, it's like he saw Days of Future Past one time and like, hey, I could use that too.
I would be curious to think like that would that'd be an interesting debate. Not debate. That'd be an interesting search for later. Like what we're considering like maybe in the last 20 years, really. That's been like that would be considered a classic now. It's been that long. There has to be some classics for like Marvel.
Yeah, I mean
House of M, anything Bendis was a part of.
Anything? I don't know. I love me some Bendis, but I'm just like let's see, his Uncanny, I believe was Uncanny X-Men run was not for me, and that was like just that had Cyclops in it too. So I rarely, you know me, I'm a Cyclops fanatic. I'm like, no, I am good with that. That was a waste of time, and not in a good way.
Did we talk about Cable's adopted daughter basically deciding,
we're not there yet. We're not there. We'll get there.
There's a lot to talk about with Immortal X-Men. There's a lot. Yeah.
Probably move on to the next comment.
All right, the next book, Wolverine. Me and MJ were talking about this.
Yeah, I wish that a former townsfolk member who loves the omnivorous sexual Canadian that makes Wolverine nearly want to kill himself every time he comes into a story.
Just also Ben Percy, he's trolling the fans. He said that continuity is for losers. I'm like, for real? Run up. You're gonna run this fade. Like just Deadpool. I hate Deadpool.
Where did he say this continuity is for losers?
What is it? It's right here.
I just hate how Deadpool dominates every comic he's in.
Page 8.
Well, okay, yeah. I don't think you really need to take that.
I think Deadpool would be an incredible asset to Krakoa, though they already have Gwenpool. For instance, Gwenpool could easily have assassinated Nimrod, the Orcus leadership. Gwenpool can literally walk between white pages, walk into Orcus, kill someone, walk back into the white pages, and be gone. Like, she's an incredible asset.
But the same thing could be said if you were to get a team with Manifold, Jesse Bedlam, Trinary, and have them just short out the entire Orcus base, and then have Manifold pop them out of there. It's like, but you're right.
Speaking of Manifold, that we'll get into that too.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, but Maverick and Deadpool should have their own limited, have their own like 2-issue limited series, and just call them a couple of dicks, because they're friends apparently, and like, no, stay away. No, but Also, Danger is apparently the villain, but we don't get her motivations. Apparently,
We're gonna get her motivations in the next issue.
it's been
She hasn't
two.
really, she hasn't really done anything too evil. Nothing.
She's working for the
unredeemable.
U.S. government. That's pretty evil in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the art's really.
I don't know what was in the package. It seems like it's like anyone can become Danger by putting that gear on. You become.
I think it's a child. I think it's like
But
the
then-
parts of a like.
Maybe, but it's like it's a helmet, it's gloves, and a bunch of other parts. So to me, it looks like you become Danger by putting on the outfit. So it's like a new U.S. agent, but it's Danger.
Or maybe it's like
Anyone that
part.
puts on it comes Danger.
Maybe it's like a new form where like she puts it on and she gets a whole new. I don't know, but Adam Kubert is a genius. I love his colors.
The Kuber brothers can do no wrong and everything, though they make their father of happy memory proud.
Okay. Next, let's now we got past the vegetables. Let's get into the sweets.
I do think that all three of these are canon,
Canon, okay.
not filler.
All right.
I think all three have main storylines.
Okay,
Okay.
which one do you want to go first? X-Men, Immortal X-Men, or X-Men Red? Let's choose our cake.
Oh, let's do the cake. The cake. Okay. Well, yeah. I guess you're right. All three of them would be technically speaking. Let's go for Immortal. Let's just go for Immortal X-Men.
Okay, let's jump.
Yeah.
Hope Summers.
Brak, brak, that's what you get. Brak, brak.
She is okay. Excuse my language, but she dick rides Cable so hard. Get over it. Your dad is not the best soldier of all time. Cyclops is the best soldier of all time.
Yeah, because he trained. Yeah, because he trained Cable. I think I liked it. Funny enough, like Cyclops. I mean, may he rest in peace. Shout out to a real one. but Cyclops. I enjoy that they're like, wait, do we have a profile? Like, does he have pro confidence? Of course he does. And like they should just that was the best page for me. I think the best page, period, but that was the best page for me. We had a whole white page with Cyclops, even with footnotes. This man had footnotes. This man is trying to get like law reviews. Like he's trying to get to a law journal, damn it. He had a whole section of how to deal of like what Celestials were, what
a kaiju
were. Did he say giants, I think?
Yeah.
What giants were. He basically said, if you don't know what Sinnoh is, then pass later shit, because you should know what a Sinnoh is. I loved every bit of that white page. I'm like, you're goddamn right. That's what Cyclops would do.
Scott Summers.
Yeah, Emma said, it's my Scotty. Of course he's gonna have something.
Okay, all right. That side chick needs to sit down somewhere.
Yes.
I wish
G
we
needs to
actually
go
saw
away.
his. I wish we saw his orders. Not. He's no longer Captain Commander, so he couldn't
No,
order
he's
anything.
Captain
I wish they
Controller.
actually used his protocols. Because they didn't actually use any of his protocols.
Well, they
no,
didn't
I
need to.
Oh yeah, you're right. They didn't need to. Yeah, they didn't. They actually they did something that literally got Sebastian Shaw in trouble. Well, not in trouble, but like that they found Sebastian Shaw, and that's Killing Mutant. So, and Catherine was there, and she said nothing.
Also,
Okay,
Sinister. Like, okay,
That was
Sinister's so
awesome.
obvious. He's so obvious now. And that one panel with him and Nightcrawler, I was like, this is a German and a former Nazi. There's a joke here somewhere.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, that was pretty cool. That he's just like, oh well, this is a chimera formula. Don't worry, it's it's not too ready, but it's getting there.
Like what?
I loved his pet, his Cyclops mouse.
Oh,
Sinister
yeah,
pet.
well,
that
that and he also
cat.
had a
Oh
tortoise.
God, I hate that cat.
Yeah,
And-
cat. Yeah, he also had
And
a
of
tortoise
course, Sinister would have an ugly, mutated version of, sorry, YouTube, I'm saying this, the ugliest type of cat, the Sphinx cat. Of course, Sinister would have a mutated version of the ugliest type of cat.
There's got to be a reason for that. I want to know. I need to talk to the writer and be like, why that cat specifically? Wait, like,
Kieran Gilliam knows what he's doing. Also,
I think he got jealous of
Gambits.
who's the guy that's involved in the whole thing with Scarlet Witch creating her.
Oh, wait, Vision?
So,
Who?
No, the person who created Scarlet Witch.
Oh, you're talking about? Oh yeah, I know. Are you talking about the High Evolutionary?
High Evolutionary. I think he got jealous when the High Evolutionary showed up with all his animals. So he's like, I want to make some animals.
Right.
You know?
I know that knows.
It kind of came out of nowhere. I don't remember Sinister ever making superpowered animals. And then all of a sudden, High Evolutionary shows up with superpowered animals. Dr. Stasis has superpowered animals. So he's like, I need superpowered animals.
I need some power animals.
Never mind. We'll get into that one next. But we kind of jump into it with Celine. Celine is so all right. So Celine didn't get what she wanted, and she threw a temper tantrum.
That's
she's
correct.
doing a sexy girl pout, just like, I'm just gonna sit here and look hot while I'm pouting, and you guys can figure that stuff out.
I think it's mentioning though that she is right. She is 100% right. Krakoa needs a magic specialist.
Yes.
Right.
And we can use magic.
or somebody, or Wanda. I'd rather give Wanda
maybe even Pixie.
But
I don't know why
didn't specify if Wanda's a mutant and whether Krakoa will let her to the base.
I thought that was going to happen, but now I've been thinking, I'm like, if they can steal the memories of Celine in regards to how to destroy the Titan creature, why can't they just take all her memories in regards to magic?
And do what with it? I thought they were going to wipe her mind, honestly.
Put it in Exodus. What if Exodus became the magic?
But he's not a magic. He's a preacher. He's just
right. But why does Celine doesn't have any inherent magical abilities? It's because of her knowledge, right? It's not her mutant
same thing with
ability.
Apocalypse, technically speaking. Well, then by that logic, Beast is also capable. Like I'm talking like Tyke Beast, like Beast from the 05 that got ripped out and then put here. Like he was also dabbling with magic. So maybe we could remind him of doing magic. Actually, then again, I think they said why they won't have Beast. So
right, no, but
nobody likes him anymore.
Exodus might be able to put that knowledge into someone else, but it's his power that takes that knowledge. So.
Well, actually, I do one better. I'm surprised that you didn't, since you want to magic so bad. I'm surprised that you didn't go for like your for the person that you like a lot on the council, who's already on the council.
Storm.
She can do magic.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's redundant. Like, why would Exodus? I don't see him taking knowledge from someone and not giving it to himself. Like if he's going to take knowledge and give it to someone else, he's giving it to himself also. So it'll be just double, was copying the same knowledge to give to someone else. And you have two people with that knowledge then.
And we also get some really good stuff with Storm and Magneto, which, that's great. I always wouldn't it be how pissed off would Black Panther be if Storm got with Magneto, because they complement each other very well.
I'm gonna go on the record and say, can somebody make this in a fanfic form so I can sell it?
I'm pretty sure they've what was not fanfic was freaking Magneto getting with Rogue. So maybe there's some what if world out there that I just don't know about where that happened.
Was that essentially DC trying to tell people, look, what that Slade Wilson character did in the Judas contract was bad?
It's wild. It's like, but also
I didn't like the reason why you couldn't destroy it, because it's made of the bones of the Eternal Gate. If you destroy it, you destroy Otherworld, which destroys everything. So it's just so wonky.
I think Dr. Nemesis needs to be on the council.
Yeah, Dr. Nemesis, but once again, not a magic user. Like they generally do need a magic user.
No, but I love like when anytime we see him, he's great. He's like, look, simple for me is super complicated for you. So I'm gonna talk to you like you're a first grader with Down syndrome.
Explain it to me like a 4-year-old. Like,
really slowly. You see, imaging. Okay, let me break it down more.
Yeah, I am genuinely curious who they're gonna pick for Magic User though. Like that is the through line of this for me. Like when they pick
Richter,
it, maybe, huh?
Richter, he's got Apocalypse's.
But he's on Otherworld right now.
He can come back. It's not like he's stuck
do they
there.
create 3 new seats? Do they create a whole 3 new seats, or are we someone else is retiring?
No, I think because Magneto. No, I think
Magneto's gone.
So Magneto left. So I think now Hope's taking his seat, and so they still have a seat ready for like they need a seat for Apocalypse. I mean, I know thinking.
No. Destiny took Apocalypse's seat. Destiny did.
No, hang on.
Yeah, because Celine said Destiny is not good enough to be Apocalypse's replacement.
No, I'm trying to think. No, there should be at least. I think there's still 2 seats open because Magneto left. No, hang on. Magneto left, and then Destiny came in, and so Magneto will still hold the seat, but he's still leaving. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Hope takes Magneto's seat.
And Hope takes Magneto's seat. So is there still not a seat open?
No. Every seat is full.
Okay. All right.
I think someone has to retire, or we're going the Iraqi route, and we're just adding 3 more seats.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
all right.
Get rid of Sinister.
Sinister's probably like. I mean, I give it like in the meta sense, they can't do that because he seems to be like the one controlling all this.
Oh, way too powerful. That's my biggest problem with Immortal X-Men is that at this point, it's now should be Sinister X-Men because he has 25 different time traveling abilities now. 25, not different time traveling abilities. So he has 25 clones of Moira that if he kills any one of them, he can go to different save points. That's how the director is explained it, is that he has cloned Moira 25 different times at different ages, and then based off the age of her, if he kills her, it'll go back to a different year of time. So he has 25 different save points, and if he wants to add a new save point, he just grows a new Moira to a certain age, and he has a new save point.
He's a gamer.
So
he's a gamer.
He's
a gamer. It's scummy. But it's like if you kill all 25 at once, what happens? Does it blow up the timeline?
It messes up the save file. You got a blow on it.
So basically, he turned Moira into a PS5,
which is funny because we didn't because in like a certain aspect we're like no she doesn't deserve that, but now currently we need 20 we need a full 30 because she needs to suffer.
Yeah. Especially after what she did to MJ.
Well, yeah, we're not you, MJ. We're talking about Mary Jane.
Yeah, right.
Wait, okay, did this go down in Zebwell's Spider-Man? Because I'm not reading Zebwell.
No, it was in a free comic book day.
Yeah.
What did she do? Just saying.
She's going to basically use Mary Jane as like a way to get through the censors of Krakoa, and she's going to basically use her skin as her own. I don't know if she's gonna
he's leather-facing her.
Yeah, she's leather-facing her. I don't know if she's I think what she's going to actually do is get in her mind somehow and then just pretend to be her. But I just don't know why her specifically. They had I won't say there's none because like Spider-Man and the X-Men. I just don't know why her specifically. That's just the only. I'm just but why?
This is the second time she's done this. She did it to Banshee.
Well, it's because they both had cancer.
Did she have cancer?
I'm pretty sure Mary Jane had cancer.
No, they don't.
I don't think that's.
No.
I don't think that's true.
Okay. The reason why Mary Jane got invited is because, she's an advocate for the Krakoan medicines because her aunt had dementia, and she took the medicine, and now she's fine. She went on TV about it.
Mm-hmm. I just kind of, I mean, you can almost because it's a universe and it's connected, and all these characters have different interactions with each other. I know specifically that you can almost always reason out of why it happened, but I just feel of all the characters she could have picked, there was other people viable to pick than like she could have picked, huh?
Vision. She could have took over Vision.
No, I would think what you call it? Legion's mom.
Oh, Gabrielle Holler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. Like I said, it's just interesting. We'll see what happens. But I was like, okay. I mean, like that's at least it's interesting. It does pique the interest by definition. So I'm just like, okay.
But next issue, we're gonna get a new subject. Irene Adler. I'm curious to see what is her views for Krakoa. I really want to see it.
Apparently, she has a great vision coming. I think someone has talked about it. I don't know who talked about it. Someone had said that Destiny has only ever had one great vision. I don't know what a great vision is, but that's what they're calling it. And apparently, she's going to have her second great vision coming up here.
I am curious, like, because she's repeating the same. I wonder if that's how everyone's gonna die. Basically, she said the same thing that Sinister said at the end, like the first issue, when when he died. I wonder if that's how everyone's going to go. Like, I see Ghost, I believe it was.
She was basically pulling a crazy Jane, dead in his arms, kind of.
Right. So I wonder if that's how everyone else is going to go out. But like I said, generally enjoyed that issue. I'm still. Oh yeah. Also, I hope you guys appreciated all the Christian metaphors and references that we got, like when Exodus and Exodus and Hope were about to touch, and I was like, oh, okay, it's that painting.
also, like it's funny how Hope, like Exodus was the one who sponsored her. Is like he convinced her to go to be on the council, and the entire time in her head she's talking bad trash about him, like he's nuts, but like he bigs up her ego. So like by the end of the issue, they're becoming friends.
Right.
And I don't like that.
If Exodus was religious before finding out his power was based off religion, oh man, he's gonna go full fucking cultist now. He's gonna try converting everybody.
He's becoming the dude from the Sparrows from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like he's like, look what Hope did. Look what Hope did.
Right now, I'm just thinking. Now I'm just thinking who's gonna be the Cersei, like who gets the walk of shame.
Okay, all right. There's a couple, I think.
Probably Mystique, even though that kind of cheating, because she could probably just. Oh yeah, you know what? Wanda would probably be. Well, no, she's kind of forgiven now though. So
yeah, but like still, like they still want to.
No, I think in this horrible metaphor that we're going through, I think Wanda would actually now be who was the girl? See, now I'm blanking.
Mary Magdalene?
No, huh?
Mary Magdalene?
No. She's I'm trying to think of the girl from the Jesus Christ. I'm free. The Natalie Dormer character.
Oh, Marjorie Tyrell.
Yeah, Tyrell. I think she'd now be the Tyrell character.
Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see it. Okay. You know what? Let's save X-Men Red for last. Let's go with X-Men 11. This was a great Jean issue. This is a good Cyclops issue. Cyclops got hands, and he showed he doesn't need a team to take somebody out. Like he gave him that 1-2 in the blast. That 1-2 blast.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about like X-Men lately, but it's just like we're gonna be showing you some excellent like fighting moves. Like we had Rogue a couple issues ago doing
a pile driver.
Doing a pile driver, but it was an upside down pile driver because she took him up as supposed to be.
It was a sexy pile driver.
Hey, you know this tells you, right? I can totally see Rogue as a little kid sneaking downstairs with to watch wrestling because Mystique and Destiny wouldn't allow her to watch that. Like, ooh, I love WCW. Her favorite wrestler was Kevin Nash.
Right.
No, but I think everybody got a really good moment in X-Men. Polaris, she had a really nice moment. Rogue was cool. Jean is not with that nonsense. She like, oh, you want to destroy my planet? No. Like, I used to be Marvel Girl, and I was reborn as a Phoenix. I'm now and forever Jean Grey. Like, that's the Jean I know.
Right, but you can't you can't in one breath. This I don't know what this author is doing, because like in one breath they're like, she's not guilty for the millions she killed because she was taken over by the Phoenix.
Mhm.
Oh, but I never was taken over by the Phoenix. So what? Are you guilty for those millions of deaths, or was the Phoenix guilty for the millions of deaths?
Well, I mean, if we're really gonna get on somebody for destroying a bunch of planets, we really gotta condemn Galactus. But nobody wants to do that.
Because
He's necessary.
killed
This is
him.
Galactus. Yeah.
Or we've never gotten a comic where the author is trying to make us believe that Galactus is not responsible for those deaths of those planets.
Because
Even-
the
even though he's
established
hungry.
answer, most
Even though he's
Marvel,
hungry.
right? Sorry.
So yeah, go ahead.
The established answer that Marvel's pretty much kept, I don't know where they put it, and I think Stan wrote it himself, where I think it was Reed who was told all this information first. Galactus is essentially kept in employment by the cosmic concepts for intercosmic population control.
Right.
I get that.
Even
So he's kind of
he
like the
has,
Brood.
he has hunger problems, but even then, I've never read a story where they were trying to like make me feel overly bad for him. I guess he's still not
Right.
justified destroying the planets.
Oh, don't worry. Wait till the Fantastic Four finally actually come into the MCU, and then like we're gonna have a book about Galactus being like, no, wait, Galactus was like, no, you don't understand. Galactus, like, he's a tragic hero. He actually was saving those planets because they were going to die. No, he was saving the universe.
Or he found out that those planets were had celestials in them, and he has to keep the celestial population down.
Right.
Oh wow, that makes a lot of sense. Like,
it's also a very dangerous reasoning of hers. It's like she didn't learn anything. You can't control the Phoenix. Nobody can control the Phoenix.
Cyclops did.
Nobody can control the
No,
Phoenix.
Cyclops did.
Cyclops did.
I've read that story multiple times, and you can
Cyclops did.
take your opinion
He
however
was
you want.
pushed.
My opinion is that Cyclops went fucking insane. That is my opinion.
He was pushed.
My opinion is that motherfucker went insane.
He didn't go insane.
I guess the question would be at that point. At what point do you think he went insane? Like
After
what point?
getting the Phoenix, I think he had a.
Huh?
I think he believed he could control the Phoenix, or that they could all control it, or whatever, and it failed. He was facing extinction for his race, so he, with that in mind, maybe it's reasonable to summon the Phoenix.
Okay.
So he had a plan he was working on. The moment he got the Phoenix, that plan went out of the window.
That's actually that's not true. Actually, you know what? That is true. Why did it go out the window? Hang on. Now we're getting into it. Why did it go out the window?
Because he got the power.
No, because of it. Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah, but that's a consequence. Why did he get the power?
They got split up.
Yes, because the Avengers intervened.
Iron Man did that.
Iron Man specifically.
Right, but I feel like he should have. I don't know. I
and
feel
they took
like,
Hope away. Well, Hope was trying to. Well, excuse me. Hope didn't know what she wanted. She wanted to join the Avengers, and then she's like, "No, you got to kill me." And then at the end, they were like, when Captain America and I think it's mainly when Iron Man just appropriated the X-Men's plan, they did the exact thing Cyclops wanted to do from the beginning. It's like, oh wow, it's almost like if you had just let him do what he wanted to do from the beginning, we wouldn't have, had this whole thing, and a bunch of people wouldn't be dead like Xavier. But
and also like Hope in the whole thing was like, I don't want the Phoenix. And then as soon as the Phoenix got appropriated, she's like, now I want the Phoenix. They're like, no, you can't, no flip flopping. Okay.
But anyway, yeah. But even if you want to mention that one specific with Cyclops, there's another there's another Cyclops, or there's another same Cyclops. In Secret Wars Redux, he wholeheartedly had control of the Phoenix.
He had his Phoenix egg.
Yes.
Well, temporarily, sure, but I don't believe eventually it will corrupt you. I 100% believe that.
Now to be fair though, though, that is controlling it. It might not be controlling it for long, but he did control it.
Even then, I don't even think Captain America holding the Phoenix Force in the midst of battle could hold him. Like, say he's in the midst of battle, I think the Phoenix is so powerful that in the middle of battle, even Captain America would give in to the rage and attack someone he probably shouldn't have. Like, that's such a powerful force. If you could control the Phoenix, why didn't Odin control it?
Well, Odin was too big. Oh no, hang on. Odin was controlling the Phoenix, just not the way you think, buddy.
He was using the wrong head to control it with, that's for sure.
No, but like my thing is, like Namor went crazy, Ilyana went crazy, and Colossus kind of went.
Ilyana and Colossus.
Yeah, they kind of canceled each other out.
Emma went crazy too.
Yeah, but Cyclops.
She basically. I've seen the panels of what she did with Thor. She just did a dominatrix knockout kind of thing.
But Cyclops, he was the only one who was keeping his mind together, and the reason why he even went Dark Phoenix was because Xavier was goading him. He said,
he was like, he legitimately was fighting the majority, pretty much all the Avengers, a majority of the X-Men. He was keeping his sanity together with Emma Frost at the same time. Xavier was there too, trying to fight him, and then he got the full power of the Phoenix Force. So all those factors came into play. Then he went Dark Phoenix. That's very important to mention. So it was a bunch of factors that caused him to go Dark Phoenix.
But everybody wants to blame him for Wakanda. Like they gave him war crimes.
Maybe he did not go insane, but it definitely affected his. He was not the same Cyclops as he was previously. It affected his mental capacity in some regards. It made him extremely egotistical. It made him extremely arrogant. He could not see the fact that they were doing more harm than good, and that they had to send the Phoenix away.
I can disagree with that. I think, once again, we could talk about that. That'd be a good debate, not debate. That'd be a good conversation for another time. Specifically talking about I wholeheartedly am ready to go back into Avengers vs X-Men. It's been quite some time. I have technically fresh eyes on that. I would love to see that, because like how they wrote it and what they actually wanted the effects to be, and I mean like the writers, including Matt Fraction, including Jason Aaron, even including Bendis. I think how they wanted it to be written and how it actually happened are two completely different things. And then they had to do a lot of like retconning after the fact to say like, well, here's what he did, and that's what's supposed to happen, but technically not really, because he did specifically bring back his race. And then even the comic, like even the books after that, and the writers couldn't exactly put if Cyclops was a villain or if he's just doing what he needs to do when he brings back a bunch of new mutants and he has to protect them. It was a fascinating disaster, and ultimately at the end of the day, it came to be a lot of people ended up appreciating Cyclops more because of that, as opposed to the opposite.
Yeah. Okay.
That was X-Men.
Yeah, that was X. Oh no! Also, can we get Sync? Sync got a really cool scene with that Thundercat.
Yes.
Just.
Oh, is he fine? Oh, did he finally make a move on Laura?
No, he made a coat out of a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah. You're rocking that coat.
Now he's fly.
So I guess Exodus's powers, the one power Sync would not be better than Hope with.
It depends on, actually, I don't know. It depends on belief, right? So I'm like, maybe. Like, yeah.
So, all right.
Maybe because he's an X-Men now, maybe there's people all across the world that believe in him more than Hope. Hope has just the mutants that believe in him, whereas fucking Think might have the cult of the X or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. But like Sync has been known to use other people's powers better than they have, and he's consistently been doing that with little training. But then again, Emma Frost was his teacher, so he has more imagination.
I wouldn't say little training. Like I don't know Sync before House of X, but he had 300 years ish inside the vault with everybody's powers.
No, go back to Generation X. Go back to the 90s Generation X. It got to the point where they got annoyed anytime he used another person's powers. Like with Penance, he was able to make a force field off of her diamond hard skin. With Chamber, found out he could fly.
Yeah,
like,
it seems like he's a mixture of. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't seen him since X Factor, which I think is done now, right? I think X Factor's done.
yeah,
He's kind of like, you could kind of describe Sync as a mixture of Prodigy and Hope Summers, like combined, because he's actually able to sometimes use your power better than you. So that's it. That's pretty
how I kind of imagine it now, I guess, is like pre-House of X, he could achieve like 101% of your power, maybe 103%. So he could go like 3% more than you. But now he can achieve a 10% more because he had 300 years in that vault with everybody's powers. He had an entire suitcase filled with blood vials of every power set he encountered in the vault. So he was just fucking honing his skills.
Experience and imagination go a long way. Okay, let's get to the cherry, the one we're here for.
Yes.
X-Men Red.
X-Men Red
should be called The Birth of a Goddess.
Or super egos.
Definitely super egos. Definitely super egos, because
Abigail Brand thinks she's Amanda Waller.
Yeah, she wishes she was Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller has more subtlety.
Amanda Waller wouldn't have let someone quit, even though I think I know people are gonna like have their own MVPs. The MVP for me wholeheartedly is Manifold, because he's like, I see what you're doing, I'm out. And he's like, peace out.
I am going to go make out with my crown princess girlfriend.
No, I'll go.
The vibe, it was like he was worried that the writers were going to do something bad with them. He's like, no. The writers aren't going to make me a villain. I'm out of here.
No, I'll go one better, Silver. Manifold needs his own book.
I wouldn't mind that. I just don't. I wouldn't mind that. Let's
like a limited series. Let it be fun. Let him like go across the universe, and just he meets a personification of the universe. It's like
he actually meets, Well, yeah, that could be Eternity.
Yeah. Find out like he and Eternity are like really good buds. Eternity, they watch Bridgerton together. She's like, I've been around for for forever. And
Eternity is the living embodiment of everything in the universe. He would not watch TV.
No, it'd be fun. Make it fun. Like, it doesn't have to be serious.
Right.
But Vulcan's
Namor level mental instabilities are being manipulated, and I don't like it, especially when the baby Summers brothers' powers can demo a whole several city blocks.
The best way I can describe him is, and I got to go back and look at if he was considered an Omega level mutant. I have to check that again.
He is. He's an Omega.
All right. Like, the best way I can describe him is that he has all of Prince Vegeta's arrogance, with all of, and I mean like the most recent version of Broly, with all of Broly's like force and like brutality.
But
I'm kind of liking how they're incorporating him into X-Men Red. Like, the biggest question for me was like, wait, why is he here? There's somewhat explaining now, at least like oh, he's here because Abigail Brand needs him here. I'm like, okay, interesting. What's it called? I will say, the only thing that kind of got me was like that quote unquote fight that was pretty mid, and their explanation for it was even I would say even worse than mid. Because just like, oh well, you didn't activate all your power. Like, you're only using like 1% of your power. I'm like, oh, okay, but he took on some people. Like he was able, like,
I think Gladiator.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it was showing that Storm can create more power than he could absorb. I think that's
right, because he can absorb, because he can siphon powers. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you have it this time. But then again, I'm just gonna call it now. I don't think we're gonna see Storm get beat. I just don't. As a matter of fact, I almost want to die in that deal, because go ahead.
It sucks, but yes, you can't.
Right. I think, yeah, I don't even think that's gonna happen because specifically they've already established who he's supposed to take out. So I think they've kind of like been done. Like I think they've pretty much said, okay, Storm's gonna beat him, but that actually wasn't like quote unquote a fair fight, even though there's no such thing as a fair fight. It wasn't a fair fight because he was only using like 1% or 10%, however much it was. It wasn't him fully loaded. So like, oh, I mean, that's still a mid argument, but like, well, we got that out the way. Now we're gonna do this thing.
This data page I thought was really this phrase that Abigail used. I thought I was getting Queen of Wakanda. Instead, I got Queen of the Morlocks. I'm like, okay, so Storm's gonna ignore them. She's gonna like go off and do other stuff and just ignore them while they get slaughtered. Like that's a really bad comparison. Like Storm, like it should have been like Australian X-Men Storm. Like
yeah. Oh, who you mean the ones that died and then have be brought back to life?
The whole point is that she's embracing another culture. She's embracing more in the comparison. It'd be she's embracing Morlock culture and not bringing Wakandan culture. That's what Abigail's getting at. Instead of embracing colonial Western culture, she's Earth culture. She's embracing.
Wakanda isn't Western. I mean, I guess that's the best way I can think. That's the best way I can interpret it as. I don't know. I don't know what you meant by that, honestly. Like there's a couple ways. I think your way is like probably the best because it's talking about like, yeah, maybe bringing an Earth culture, but she's kind of just trying as opposed to assimilating, I think she's trying to, I don't know, it's weird. I think she is trying to kind of integrating into the culture. She kind of she's assimilating the opposite. Like she's going into there and she's doing their customs that's supposed to bring her own. She's letting their customs like kind of guide her. I think that's
a little bit of both because she's also forcing peace on a warlike people.
Hello.
Also,
okay, thank you.
Also, something I kind of noticed, the difference between Abigail's X-Men and Storm's Brotherhood.
Oh, that's all right.
Kind of reminds me of how they get half police. Like Abigail just like, okay, we have my X-Men, we're gonna put them on, and they don't know anything about the culture. Whereas Storm, she's kind of like Storm's team is kind of like the local gang. Like it's like the Bloods and Crips. They know the area, they know the people. They interact.
Well, they only really have two locals. The Storm is kind of a local-ish. She's kind of grown to know the culture, and then Fisher King. Everyone else has basically been there for a couple of days. They're tourists.
Yeah, I know, but but Abigail's team, they don't know anything about the people. They just they're enforcing their.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what Sunspot said. I mean, not Sunspot, just I mean more him in the second, but that's pretty much what Manifold said. It's like it's their planet. They gotta let them be their planet.
Magneto is as ignorant as Abigail on their culture.
But people like Magneto. They know like, oh yeah, he's angry. I like that. I like you remember when he just went up and just punched that guy in the face? I like that.
Nothing's ever going to beat when Hickman made him say, oh, what am I ever going to do with this fresh batch of metal made just for me? and he looks up, it's the Empire tie-ins, and he's got his classic suit on, and he just looks up like, oh, hello, giant plant monster. Look up.
Yeah, slams about 3 different satellites on him.
Yeah, because it's Magneto and he can do that, and Hickman's like, I'm making Magneto do this very beautiful thing.
But Vulcan to me at this, he's acting like a baby brother. He's acting like the youngest child who won.
Which like, he is.
Yeah, he is the youngest child, but like he has that youngest child energy. It's just like, somebody give him a bottle.
I don't think he can beat Taran. I don't think he can beat him. Taran could take away your powers from long distance.
That's
yes. But don't worry. Like, don't worry. If you stab him with a knife, then like he's done. Don't worry. He's like, who would have thought that?
Fool me twice.
Thought that his weakness was sharp, pointy objects in your chest.
and I'm surprised that like he's like, I'm an emperor. I've never died. Like, then why don't you go to the Shi'ar? go and take back your throne. Like,
He needs an army, and the Iraqi
no,
would
he
be that
doesn't. He
army.
didn't need an army. He went up there, rolled up by himself.
Yeah. He really did. He rocked freaking Gladiator. So like,
No, he rocked it a couple of times.
Gladiator. He tried to start something with a little Shi'ar flunky. Thunderbird, Thunderbird nearly got his ass killed.
Oh, speaking of which, Thunderbird is supposed to come back. Like, because they said that, like in
Thunderbird, X-Men 3, next month.
Yeah, he's supposed to come back in X-Men 3. So I'm curious how that's going to work out. But
also like Abigail, that invasion by the progenitor, I don't know, the giant robot,
the fake robots.
Yeah,
fake.
Apparently, all that was like just staged, just so they can get Cable's techno-organic virus off of him.
Which shouldn't be that big of a deal, actually.
Yeah, but like remember, brands with Orcus, so they're looking for ways to like. I want to know what our plan is, though. I
want to know. Yeah, I want to know why Sunspot was wearing freaking Grant Morrison clothes. I was like, whoa, like what a blast from the past,
right? But
and I think it's not a big deal because Krakoa can artificially produce the virus. It's not like that virus on his arm was the only virus of that arm that they had. Like they lost it, now they no longer have it. They can just make more of it. They've cloned him before with it.
It's just weird. Like I want to know more about it. Like also I like that when Manifold left, like he wasn't the only one who was feeling that way. Frenzy, you saw Frenzy had issues with it. You saw Random, he didn't talk, but you saw that he was bothered by it. Metallo, he's all in for it. Cable, he's playing the long. All right, does Cable know what Brand is doing? He's just waiting for his spot to take her out, or is he just like, I
don't think Cable's that stupid. So
Cable to me, from all of what I've learned about Cable Prime, or the character in general, he sounds like how Jack Reacher fans tell me about Reacher. He won't jump in all the time so that you get reliant on him, but he'll let you get close enough to getting in trouble, and then he'll jump down and help you.
Like I want to know what.
We're currently operating with a new Old Man Cable, right?
I guess.
I can't say old man. I think we're working with like I guess he is old man. I think it's the same cable that I think it's the same cable that's been killing demons on like wasn't it Mars? Like it was some planet, excuse me. It was some planet.
Yeah.
Right, but like the old man Cable that we thought young Cable killed, turned out he didn't kill him. But then at the end of that story, he does kill him, and a new Old Man Cable then spawns from the timeline.
Yes, and this is the time is like time is like math for me because it's just one giant loop, and I genuinely cannot like at a certain point I'm just like I can't do it. So I think you're right, but I'm not too sure.
I can't do this anymore.
I thought he was just simply resurrected. I remember the panels.
I'm genuinely not sure.
What do you mean simply resurrected?
He in the Duke and Cable miniseries, he was resurrected.
Is it after the Annihilation War or whatever?
Yeah, this was after Annihilation, but they didn't know the old Cable was still alive. It's time.
Basically, what I'm getting at is I think this new Cable, old Cable, is from this new timeline that has now spawned because of Omega. So when Omega Sentinel came back in time, she spawned a new timeline, and I think Cable had yet to catch up to that new timeline, and so now this timeline is the one that she's now created, and all this shit is now created. All these new things have now caused. So we don't really know what this new timeline is going to be, what the outcome of it's going to be. I think Abigail Brand wants Mars.
Oh yeah, she was.
No, she wants more than Mars. She wants just like apparently Mars is just like a big apparently Mars just like one step. What I'm really curious about now is how she's gonna deal with what's his name, Lei Fei Long.
Yeah.
I want to throw a theory I was having.
Right, go ahead.
We
Hit
saw
me.
Old Man Cable in like a desert a few times in the future.
Full prime. He's Cable
What if
Prime.
that's not Earth? We always thought that was a wasteland Earth. What if that's just Mars?
Oh, you
Maybe.
didn't thank you. All right, this is totally off topic. At the end of X-Men, we saw that Sinister with the
We didn't talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a theory about that.
Okay.
There are 4 Sinisters.
All right.
4.
Okay.
All right. We got the diamond one. We seen the what is that? The club one? Clubs?
Clubs. That's
Okay,
the
clubs.
symbol.
Okay. Also different playing cards. Okay.
Clover.
Okay, so my theory is when we back in Powers of X, we saw Sinister kill all the other Sinisters. What if he left 4 different types of Sinisters around, just all doing individual plans? It's all part of a plan. So it's just, so if one Sinister kills that one, they're not going to kill that one. They're going to let it live because they're doing their part of Sinister's overall plan. I don't know. Sinister
All these different plans.
I would want them all to be equally as important because the diamond seems to be the original. We saw Sinister from 1801 or whatever, and when he was dying, that diamond appeared on his forehead. We saw him before he had the diamond, and then while he was dying, having a heart attack or something, the diamond appeared on his head. So that seems to be his safety mechanism to stop himself from dying. So I don't know how this one has a clover, but I want it to be that they're all kind of an original. When it comes to Sinister, who's the original, who's not, it's kind of a hard question. I want this one to be the human one, though. I want this one to be not a mutant.
Sinister is Rick Sanchez of the Marvel Universe.
Wait, but if he does that, then he can't be on the island.
The clover one.
Oh, okay.
Not the diamond. The diamond one's the mutant.
All right.
The clover one, I want to be a human. Then the hearts will be an inhuman. And then
right.
And the Diamond
Spade.
Club, and then the Spade, like that'll be the Eternal. It's Eternal or the External, whatever you want to call it. Because I
Deviant. Deviant. Don't forget my deviants.
Deviants or Deviants.
Oh,
No.
Well,
No,
Kieran Gillen's writing Eternals,
no,
and they're deviants. Mutants are deviants now.
Yeah, but say you don't remember? Yeah, mutants are deviants. Remember? that's the thing now.
Yeah, that's essentially Druig's first goal as the new Eternal Prime, the greatest excessive deviation campaign yet. Let's go to Krakoa.
It's just like we thought we got all the deviants. We did it. We forgot one, the mutants. I was like, oh geez, here we go again.
Seems like racism to me.
It's like, what's changed? Is their DNA progressed? Just you're only 0.1% deviant. Now you're 0.2% deviant.
Right.
That's too much.
That's too much deviancy.
Seems I always thought they were more deviant back then. Like mutants from a million years ago had crazier mutations. I would have thought. They would have been
There's so much going on right now. It's
crazy.
Oh, okay. All right. So next week we have the debut of Legion of X.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. That's one thing I want to say. Manifold. I think that's where he should show up. Manifold dealing with because can literally hear the universe and like talk. Maybe not hear it, but he can like talk to the universe. And we have a new religion, like multiple religions being formed. But one of the religions is, Legion.
Well, Manifold specifically said I'm done with like he's done with the mutant thing, period. Which I was like, oh, that's kind of distasteful. I don't like that's not cool. But he said I'll join the Avengers something. So hopefully he's not done.
I just like, whoa, you're going to the opposition?
Well, he did say, So he did say I'm going to the Avengers. So I'm like, or something. Maybe he might just take a break. But it's like, I was like, man, you're cool. No, be part of the team.
Come on, Manifold. Come on, baby. You don't need to leave. Like,
it's like, no, it's all good.
You don't need you go to the Avengers. They're gonna make you the token mutant.
No, they're not. Oh my god.
How many mutants do they have on Avengers right now?
Right now. Geez, that's a good question. I don't think any.
Exactly.
I don't think any, but that's volitionally. Like, I don't think any. I mean, no, Namor.
Damn. Oh, you mean that turncoat? That Uncle Tom?
No, you just asked me, so I'm like, no, Namor is on the team. So I won't keep like it's Namor.
He had a very good strategy of keeping Cersei close. He just said, I'm gonna take you to Tony's hot tub and we're just going to talk.
Yeah. That sounds very Cosby-ish. Wait, he's not on the X-Men. No, he's not on the Avengers right now.
I thought he was. I thought he was. I'm
T'Challa,
looking like,
T'Challa.
I thought he was.
T'Challa asked him.
Okay.
I remember seeing him in the Avengers, and I'm not talking like the Jason Aaron, but like I'm not talking like still Jason Aaron. I'm not talking about when he was like the Defenders of the Deep. I'm fairly certain I saw him recently with the Avengers.
It's probably he's probably a part-time Avengers.
Yeah, part-time.
T'Challa enacted like part-time Avengers that he could call.
Yeah, because like now
for
like Nighthawk is apparently apparently Nighthawk is also on the team.
Oh, apparently, all right. Right now, it's Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Ghost Rider, Blade, Black Widow, and Doctor Strange.
Right, but Blade is not a full member. He's only a part-time member.
Because I remember at the way beginning,
of Vampire.
Yeah, way at the beginning when they were fighting, what were they like when they were fighting Celestials? Like I know Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange were on the team. It might have been last week, but I'm almost certain that Namor. But I saw Namor on that roster. If not, then they have no mutants. So there you go.
Basically, the full-time members are the people that live at the Celestial.
Yeah, that live at that live in Antarctica, I believe.
Yeah,
I really hope the Avengers pay their members. Like, if they leave, like, do they leave with nothing?
Yes.
Oh, rough. Okay, you guys. In the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be reviewing Avengers versus X-Men with the upcoming.
Oh, there you go.
Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals Judgment Day.
Yeah, no, but I'm going to be reviewing that, and then I'm going to be doing Inhumans versus X-Men just to see what's the common thread. Just seems like those other guys are haters.
I think you said,
It's not a three-way fight.
Yeah, they're the Eternals and the X-Men are going to be coming. You know, they're going to be bumping heads.
Yeah, MJ.
I was hoping it would be a three-way fight.
No, I think the Avengers are going to be like,
they're going to they're going to try and like keep the peace. They're going to try and stop them from fighting.
But like the Avengers trying to interject themselves into a situation is kind of like they have no business. They just want to feel important. Because that's what Avengers vs. the X-Men was about. Captain America didn't like the fact that Cyclops was being a better leader than he was, and he got butthurt. And Cyclops told him, like, why are you even here? You're never here. You never help us. You only you only come by when you need something. So what do you need?
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm looking at it. I know I saw it. Sorry, I know it's on some. So on Avengers number 54. Which was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I definitely see Namor on the cover. Now, to be fair, him being on the cover doesn't necessarily mean that he's there, but I definitely see him on there, and he is on the team for Avengers. So I think he is a member.
Oh, okay, all right. My bad. I was checking Google, which
well, Google's I know, but sometimes Google's not updated with sometimes you. I don't know. I think it's like I said before. This is kind of like this is my little rant, not rant. Then we can call it what you call it like the wiki. Most times I like the manga anime wikis better but that's just because it's a complete story. There's just so much crap when it comes to a DC or Marvel wiki. Even though this is not a bias, I wholeheartedly believe that the Marvel wiki is better than the DC wiki. But anime wikis or manga wikis are better than the Marvel wiki. But anyway, There's just so much to go on. I think maybe now if you looked up Namor on the Marvel wiki, it might actually be up to date. But like I said, just so much stuff happens because we just got to keep it going. Got to keep the gravy train rolling.
Yeah, they need to get a better intern updating these rosters.
I just say keep the gravy train rolling. I'm like, oh man, Namor as Ronin, that'd be kind of cool. Ronin Namor.
He'll probably wear the suit too. They're like, I look good.
No, he'll wear the suit, but then he'll have like he does not believe in a costume that does not show his chest. So it'll just be the Ronin's chest. It'll be like a Ronin, but the chest will be just open.
No. Anytime he goes into a situation, he goes.
And then and then even funnier, just like, wait, is that your Namor? No, it's not me. And then he's like, well, you didn't hide your wing feet. Like, it's not me. I'm not Namor. Like,
or he has a tattoo that says Namor is great. You know what?
Right.
You know what? I want to see him start doing like what Bender does in Futurama. Like, Namor is great. I am so great.
Right.
He just has he has the helmet, steel spandex, and
nothing else. That's it.
And that I love Sue tattoo on the back of his thigh.
Right. Even funny. He's Ronin, but he always uses a trident. And I was like, well, there's only a couple people that use a trident. Is that your name? No, it's not me.
It's a really inaccurate picture of Sue. Like, there's a picture of Sue that's really inaccurate.
And she's blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Namor's like, finally!
It reads like, this guy just stop hitting on my wife. It's not funny anymore.
She's all I have.
No. She's all he had. No. Like,
yeah,
I think
that would be interesting. No, that's what we need to do. I would love that. I would love to see like who's like there's enough characters in the MCU. Who's gonna be simping for Mr. Fantastic? There's somebody out there. That'd be a great discussion. Who is simping for Mr. Fantastic? Someone is out there. I know they are.
Probably Wasp.
Maybe
you could have a smart boyfriend that won't hit her.
No, that's not true. No, because Mr. Fantastic also hit Sue.
Yeah.
True.
There's also Alyssa Moy, his ex-girlfriend, that broke up with him because what did she say? We're too smart. Like, we need to spread our smart gene around the stupid people. But that'd be great. That'd be a great, like, that's the next topic. I think that should be the next topic, or like the next like icebreaker, like who in the MCU, and I mean like the Marvel comic universe, like not the movieverse, who in that universe is simping for Mr. Fantastic, because there are people there. There has to be, huh? Shuri,
maybe.
So like, she has a crush. She's like one of those girls in Indiana Jones that would like, he's so dreamy when he's going over the negative zone. It's like, I didn't believe he could do that. He blew my mind.
Somebody out there, let's call it. Maybe if Marvel hires me, that may be my first book. Just like the book where like I do a Fantastic Four. It'll be one issue. It'd be a Fantastic Four book, and all I'm going to show is like, oh no, here is like this particular character that's simping for
What's that
Mr.
Dino
Fantastic.
girl?
Huh?
What's that Dino girl? That isn't there like a Dino girl
Moon
that has
Girl
like,
and Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah.
it's like crazy mental powers, like not powers, but like mental acuity.
No, well, that's funny too. Thank you for mentioning it, because she's an Inhuman. Funny enough, she.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Wrapping up, we got MJ, Sterling Silver, Corey on 1407. We'll see you soon.
Yes.